Hello everyone, welcome to the session 2 Introduction to Statistics Day 2. In this session, I will be covering the comparison of levels of data and some more basic concepts related to statistics. So, this is a brief about me. Like in the session 1 we discussed about the levels of data, right? So the highest level is ratio and the lowest level is nominal. As I said, if you remember, the data are there are two types of data. One is quantitative, the other one is qualitative. And also I said, in the again quantitative data are divided into two types. One is discrete, the other one is continuous. Clear? And similarly in qualitative data again divided into two types. One is ordinal data, the other one is nominal. Right? I say this discrete and continuous data together can be written in the form of ratio and interval. And again, so these two belongs to qualitative data, right? So this is how, like as I said, so the lowest level is nominal, and the highest level is ratio. Like in the session 1 I covered more more deep into this ordinal and the nominal. So in this session what I want to do, I wanted to cover these two, and I want to give some examples so that you can identify and you can understand the difference between interval and ratio data, right? So that is what my focus. So let us dwell into that. So what do you mean by interval level data? In the session 1, and if you remember, I said interval data is nothing but that has ordered categories with equal intervals between each value, but there is no true zero point. What is the meaning of this? There is no true zero point. For example, consider the temperature. So the difference between 20 degrees centigrade and 30 degrees centigrade is the same as the difference between 30 degrees centigrade and 40 degrees centigrade, right? So if you take 20 degrees centigrade and 30 degrees centigrade, how much our difference? The same difference will be as 30 degrees centigrade and 40 degrees centigrade. Clear? So when I'm saying that, that is fine. So when I'm saying that 0 degrees centigrade, what is the meaning of that? Is it meaning that the measure the temperature is absent? Right? No, right? I mean to say that we have a scale. On that scale, on that particular day, so the temperature is 0 degrees centigrade. That's all. That is the meaning of there is no true zero point. Clear? So here each value, when I'm saying 10 to 15, so that means the difference between value is meaningful and they are consistent. So consistent means we should maintain the same difference between them. Clear? And these data are always numerical. And similarly, look at this example. The difference between 110 and 100 is the same as the difference between 120 and 110, right? Again same, when I'm saying that zero IQ, what is the meaning of that? So we have the scale of IQ which is measured from some number to another number on that particular scale. So that particular person is having zero IQ. So that is the meaning of no true zero point. Clear? Now move to the ratio level. So ratio level is also a kind of quantitative data and is also having the same property as the interval data. The only difference between the ratio level and interval level is true zero. So here when I'm saying zero, that means it is absence of that measured attribute. For example, you consider weight. So the difference between 50 kg and a 60 kg is the same as the difference between 70 and 60. Clear? This is also same in the interval data. But when I say 0 kg, what is the meaning of that? The meaning of that, there is no weight, right? When I'm saying that a 0 degree centigrade, do you think that there is no temperature? No, it is, there is a temperature, that is the freezing temperature, right? But when I'm saying here 0 kg, that means there is no weight. So that is the meaning of true zero. So that is the only difference between the interval data and the ratio data. So remaining all the properties are same. Clear? So you can see the examples. Height. So when I am saying that 0 centimeter, that means there is no height. And similarly, when I am saying income is $0, that means there is no income at all, right? So I want you to understand these two levels of data clearly. Yeah, so that is what my focus. So let us move to the some basic concepts of this statistics. So in the session I discuss about the process of this statistics, that is involving collection of data, then we do the analysis, then we interpret the data, then after interpretation we organize, and then we present those findings, right, to make the decisions. So to understand deep, so I want you to understand few more concepts, such as the first one is the population. So these are all the obvious definitions. So let me explain with you an example. Suppose, consider this example. If you want to find average height of adult women in India, so we are having a very big kind of group, you say, let's say. So this is a very big group, and here I want to know some measure of this group. Let's say this is average. Okay. So this is already defined. So that is the adult women in India. So what do you do? Instead of reaching this all the women in India, what we do? We consider a small group of that. Let's say 1,000 women. Then we find the same attribute, that is average. Okay. Then we conclude that okay, so the average, this group is coming from this set. So therefore, the average of this group is more likely to be same as similar to this also, right? So that means here my target group is this one, but to achieve the measure of the target group, what I have done, I have taken some part of that target group, right? So therefore, in a simple language, the target group is nothing but the population, and the small set of that particular target group is nothing but the sample. So therefore, so the population is nothing but the entire set of individuals or the items that possess common characteristic of interest. And similarly, as I said, it is a subset of the population, and we are going to measure the same attribute, right? Like as I said, here it is a average. So these are the two things I want you to understand. And then like status, when you move to further, so then you will be understanding that there are two types of statistics. One is a descriptive statistics, the other one is inferential statistics. Different descriptive statistics is nothing but what we do, we have a target group, then we find the attributes, like we have particular statistical measures such as average, median, mode, like a standard deviation, variance, and range. So we fix a target group, then we find these measures for that particular target group. So that is called a descriptive statistics in a very simple language. So if you, and inferential statistics, which kind of statistic did you? Suppose what we do, as I said, suppose you consider the pharmaceutical industry. Sometimes it is very like, so there are some medicines where they are having, they involve like more cost, right? So they don't bring into the market very frequently. What they do, they first do the test on a particular small set of people, then if it gets success, then they try to implement in the larger set, right? So that is happening in the inferential statistics. So that means here they, if they wanted to this target group, instead of directly focusing on this target group, what they do the things on the smaller group, then they make the conclusions. They will think that okay, the same kind of behavior and the same kind of approach will be also there for this larger group. So that means they are concluding the decisions for this larger group based on this smaller. So that is called a inferential statistics. Clear? So if you consider this example, as I said in the, like when I am defining the population sample, so it is a similar kind of that. So these are all the two types of statistics. And then next, when you like not now, but when you when you move to the end of this session on this chapter statistics, so you will be understanding that there are two things are there. One is a parameter, the other one is a statistic, right? See, statistics is the subject and the statistic is the part of that, and it is a kind of a one parameter. So which, so I will tell you. So here the parameter is nothing but it is a numerical value of the population. As I said, there are two things are there. One is a population, the other one is a sample, right? So there are statistical measures such as mean, then variance, standard deviation, right? So you will be understanding all these things. So as of now you uh, just restricted to this. So therefore, when I am finding this mean and variance and standard deviation for the particular population, the target group, then these mean and variance and standard deviation are said to be the parameter. So these parameters are generally denoted with the Greek letters. Let's say, so generally we use mean, mu, and the population variance is denoted with the sigma square, and the population standard deviation is sigma, right? And similarly, as I said, a sample, for sample also we find the same measures, that is mean, variance, and a standard deviation, right? So these three measures belongs to the sample, so therefore they are said to be the statistics. As simple as that. If you are finding these statistical measures for the population, those measures are said to be the parameter. If you are finding the same measures for the sample, then they are said to be statistic. So statistic are denoted with a Roman letter. If you see x bar, that is a sample mean, and we use generally to denote, sorry, it is a sample variance, so that is denoted with the s square. So this is again, sorry for this mistake. So it is actually sample standard deviation is denoted with the s. Okay, so that is the difference between parameter. So if you can, it will be easy to p for population, s for sample, as simple as that. We are finding the same measure, but only our group is changing. If the group is a population, then they are parameter, and if the group is a sample, then it is a statistic. Clear? So this is all about in this session. So in the next session, hopefully I will be starting the I'll start with the like how to represent the data. like there are various ways to we can represent and visualize the data. So that I will be making the video on that. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.